Good morning, Vande Matram. Welcome all of you. Here we are having a morning talk, a discussion on French Revolution and an Indian soul. French Revolution and an Indian soul. We know about the French Revolution. In history, we have heard, listened, analyzed, and we have seen both sides, pros and cons, positivity and negativity of this French Revolution. These people, it was a people's revolt, national revolution against the Louis. I am the state, that remark you have heard. I am the state. And under Louis XIV, it actually sprouted like anything. French saw the colors, the line, the hue, the original upliftment of the nation. And in the latter period of time, it saw the degradation, debasement, for which there was actually, poverty, starvation, there was actually looting, nepotism. So many ways France could be able to understand all sides of debacles in that country, for which there was a mass revolution inside the country, and recently we have seen Bastille, the fort fall of Bastille is appreciated as the fall of this nepotism, falls of these autocrat kings and all. But in another way, critics are also they are observing in the positive sense. Okay, with the fall of Bastille fort, all corruption, nepotism, everything came to an end. But one thing must not be forgotten anyway. At least in that fort, some cows, some crows, some birds, they were taking shelter. And where they will go? Where they will go? It is a reminder for positivity and reminder of negativity. Anyway, and so far this French Revolution is concerned, we come to know, and we are well aware of three terms: freedom, brotherhood, and equality. Freedom, brotherhood, and equality. These are the great narrated and great described terms so far throughout the world. So far this French Revolution's outcome is concerned. I'm sorry. People throughout the world keep listening these three things. But what is the reality behind it? If you analyze the world war also, I'm going one step away. So many ways it changed the geography, demography, thought process, analysis, fate, fortune, track of life. Everything went changed with this World War II. Some two forces, they fought desperately they fought the war, and finally the People's Alliance, Mitra Shakti, Friends Alliance, they won. And you know there was a fall of Hitler, Mussolini, and all. But actually, still in the course, World War II was definitely the war of the mother. Second World War was the war of the mother, because she handled everything, handled everything like this. That way it went. World War was the war of the mother. But here so far we are considering the caption on this way: if French Revolution and the Indian soul, what is the real connection between the two? Sri Aurobindo quotes, if French Revolution took place, naturally it has taken place. Recently, your Prime Minister went and was a chief guest of this Bastille Day at Paris, well participated and well invited and received by the French President Macron, sir. Indian diaspora was eager, cheerful in all the ways you have seen. They greeted our Prime Minister, and there was a slogan like Vande Mataram. You have seen all these things. Everything you have seen. Sare jahan se acha Vande Mataram. It was floating like anything, and on the same day you have seen here Chandrayaan thing was actually blasting like anything into the moon. But here Sri Aurobindo tries to conclude and finalize. If French Revolution took place, it was because a soul in the Indian snows, a soul in the Indian snows dreamed of God, soul in the Indian snows, somewhere in, Himalayas, dreamed of God as freedom, brotherhood, and equality. So this French Revolution came to an end. There was a victory and a victory and a victory. I would try to quote it again. If French Revolution had took place, it was because a soul in on the Indian snows dreamed of God as a freedom, brotherhood, and equality. What about this soul? We know soul is there in the human being. We have a soul that is the spark of the absolute. It is good. It is good, at least you remember, you recall. You give prestige. Okay, so. But when we are considering on silence and action, so far, this is the 15th episode, I will tell you. This is the 16th episode, I am sorry, 16th episode. 15th episode also we have seen yesterday. So 16th episode we are considering. So in this 16th episode we keep seeing the soul doesn't act, it only breathes out itself overwhelming action. It does not act, but what? It only breathes out from itself overwhelming action. So actions are there, you may relate it to your mind, life and body. Correlated, better related. But Sri Aurobindo quotes about the overwhelming action that comes when the soul breathes out to itself overwhelming action. With that actually it comes out. So everything relates to the soul. With the soul you are going to have a greater capacity. And already we have discussed again and again throughout our 16 episodes we have seen on speech control of speech. Control your speech. Look before you leap. Remain silent. Be cautious when you are talking. No ideal gossiping. Be quiet. Remain calm. Maintain silence. Look, think many times before you leap. So many ways you are analyzing the concept of your own. But the thing is that out of this eternal silence we have seen speech and action comes prepared. Here the soul does not act, that we know. Do you think soul is standing somewhere driving a car, digging a hole, or using the dynamite to break the hill areas, mountains? Have you seen that way? Or soul is actually going to a 5-star hotel and taking food as per its own choice? Have you seen? Soul does not act, it only breathes out from itself overwhelming action, not the ordinary action. Overwhelming action, that is the work of the soul. And this in soul's action, it is done in silence. And this with soul's action, it is done in silence. The output is that we get overwhelming action. Then that which is next step, which the liberated sees in his soul. Ordinary, not about the ordinary people here in the course. Who is the liberated sees in his soul. The liberated sees not with his sense organ like eyes. In his soul, on its mountain tops, heroes and prophets sprung up the material world in the material world and to proclaim and accomplish. Ordinarily, world will not change by these cowards, selfish people. For that, actually, you have to be hero warriors. That prayer you can remember. Make of us hero warriors we aspire to become. We don't desire to, the words does not use to, that we desire or hope to become. What is there? What is there? The real true term is used. How can you contain it? How can you actually use it? Make of us hero warriors, not only hero. Hero and warriors we aspire to become. Even one more message I can remember. I think you will be remembering. Come as hero. Come as warrior. Come as yogi. Come as child. 4 steps are there. Better developed in 4 stages. Number one, come as hero. Some people will think, how can we be hero and go to you? Okay, that is a little bit of consideration and relaxation for you, rebate for you, discount for you. What? Second, come up as warriors. Come as warriors. If not hero, then warrior. Then third, even if you are not coming as a warrior because you don't like fighting, so what we have to do? Come as a yogi. You are prepared for yoga. You have made up your mind to do the yoga. Come as a yogi. Even if some people will come in the back pit. No, we don't want to be a yogi. So what we have to do? The 4th step, the last step. Come as a child. Come as a child. So as a child you can come to the mother. Free, frank, open-hearted, careless, fearless, loving, with loving memory, loving heart, open heart. You can come anyway. Come as a child. That also mother expects and accepts. That is what is required. It is there. So, Sri Aurobindo quotes nicely. It is a very beautiful definition for us. That which the liberated sees, not the ordinary you are speaking. Liberated sees in his soul. First he is liberated. Sees in his soul on the mountain tops. Here we are every day, maybe we are also looking at the mountain top. But not about us. Us means liberated, seeing in his soul on the mountain tops. Heroes and prophets, who are they? Heroes and prophets, not the ordinary one. Heroes and prophets spring up in the material world and to proclaim and accomplish. Just carefully, just imagine, analyze, try to analyze how Sri Aurobindo has put everything in a single message, single line. Sri Aurobindo has tried to tell lot of things. What? That which the liberated sees in his soul on the mountain tops. Mountain tops, not in the ordinary atmosphere where you are staying. Mountain tops, showing with a soul, those who are liberated of that telling, who are they? They are heroes and prophets. Heroes and prophets sprang up in the material world. They are not looking somewhere in the heaven, Kailas, Vaikunt, Himalayas, Everest. Spring up in this material world. For what they are springing up in this material world? To proclaim and accomplish. That is the beauty. That is the beauty. You may be one of them, but you don't claim to be one of them. Rather, You are mad after these people who are sitting on the Himalayas, Everest. Do you think they are great? They are sadhus and sannyasis, and they are having the power. That's what we discussed right now. French Revolution, if it took place, it was because the soul of Indian snows dreamed of God as a freedom, brotherhood, and equality. Thank you for now. We'll meet tomorrow.